Welcome to the Unclehack Podcast, where dudes pretty much just talk dude shit.
That's right. We got to clear our throat for this episode today, folks, because we're now the news source. Canadian news is now being blocked in Canada. And I am your new most credible and intelligent, right? I'm putting myself in that tier. I am the most intelligent man with a camera and a microphone in Canada. I am your news now. And before we get into said news, I've made a grave mistake in past episodes, and you will hear about it later in the episode with some hate mail. But I was wrong about the Edmonton date. I was a day off. Oh boy. Wow, really taking your career serious, aren't you? How did that happen? I don't know. How did nobody catch it, including myself? Not a clue. Not a clue. Anyways, August 6th this weekend, we are in Calgary for another Danger Room. Tickets are selling fast. I'd want to get my hands on some if I were you. August 27th instead of the 26th, which I've been promoting like an idiot this whole time. Why? It's so disappointing. I wish I could just sometimes just reel it in, but that's my life, folks. That is my life. August 27th, Edmonton, Alberta. September 24th, Vancouver, British Columbia. October 1st, Minneapolis, Minnesota. December 3rd, Plano, Texas. Tickets available at dangercatshop.com. All right, let's get into the episode. You know what? Sometimes this podcast separates itself from the other podcasts because we try to hone in on our ability to really see how people operate, right? I'm from a small town. I moved to a big city. I don't enjoy a big city. I will say that, but there are amenities and things available to me inside this city that is going to help further my career in stand-up comedy. Unfortunately, cornstalks don't talk back to you or let you know whether or not your joke is funny, which is unfortunate because then I wouldn't have left the wonderful metropolis of Tabor, Alberta. Speaking of which, it's corn season. Go out and support a local corn stand. All across Alberta, probably Saskatchewan, British Columbia, Tabor corn. Get your hands on it. It's good stuff. Sink your teeth into it. No nutritional value whatsoever, corn, but a delicious treat come August. But I enjoy the characters that surround a small town, right? There's certain individuals that just shine a little brighter, and they could be like, they shine brighter for different reasons. Some people just, they get money on their mind, then they start controlling the town. It's the politics don't change, the politics don't change. They just don't have like the fuck you money of a CEO downtown Edmonton, opposed to like being the, you could own the local car wash and be the fucking mogul in town, It is hilarious. It is funny, the difference. And like the things we value in a small town opposed to a big city are different. What we deem as like problems clearly are going to differentiate. And it's hilarious. And especially the people. I mean, there are people that are similar to those in a small town in a big city, but it's just like, they're a star of their own, like the local drunk. There's no town drunk that we all, as soon as I said that, the town alcoholic, and it's usually a middle-aged man, born and raised there, has really sunk his roots there. Mom, dad, fucking grandpa, grandma are still there, hasn't left, haven't, you can't really look at him and say he's done jack shit with his life because he's he's entertained thousands over the years, every single one of you have a nickname for that guy, or he's presented his own nickname in some way, shape, or form, and you just enjoy that character. When you see him out, you're like, oh, fuck, there he is in the wild. You smile, you laugh, you know? Last episode, actually the exclusive episode, we were talking about the town whore and how the town whore is appreciated. But there's just other individuals in a small town that are just as appreciated and are just as necessary as the town whore. Like the town drunk. The town drunk is like, in some way, fucking, they're like the town jester, you know? They're the town jester, because if that guy scorches you with one, right? If you get caught on the ropes and he blades you with a good zinger, then, you know, just absolutely roast the shit out of you while sitting in that bar, you're like, oh God, I can't even. It's like when a handicap kid gets you with something, right? One kid got me one time. I tried pushing a pull door, and this handicap kid looked at me and goes, "You need some help?" I'm not about to do the Down syndrome accent, okay? I'm not about to do that. Too many people are getting in trouble these days for accents. You know, Ben Bankus is doing the Chinese one, you know? Getting shows canceled. I can't imagine the kind of fucking controversy I'd drum up for myself doing the Down syndrome voice. You imagine me doing the Down syndrome voice, mimicking the guy that mocked me in front of my friends? You need help with that? You know, there it is. Canceled. Shows removed. I'm done. Career over. No more shows in Canada. But the town drunk. There's a good soul behind it all, and it's just like alcoholism just really tampered that down of like being the good human that they could have been. Instead, it's just they let the liquor do the driving, figuratively and literally. And I like that about that individual. You know, life is but a dream in a one-horse town. It makes it fun, though. You know, I like the small town shit. That's my issue, is like I get into these cities and I like having everything accessible. I live a pretty, I don't know, it's not a difficult life, you know? It's not a difficult life. I'd be an asshole to hop on this podcast and sit here and try and tell you how hard my life is. You know, you imagine that? You imagine a comedian? You imagine a comedian coming on a podcast and trying to fucking tell you how hard his life is? You imagine that? It's like, well, first off, maybe you should be, if it's a money thing, then maybe it's the wrong career choice for you. You know, maybe you're just not doing it, you know? And I know that there's some ego attached to that. And I'm not saying I'm the greatest comic ever, but I'm just saying there are ways to market yourself and get yourself out there. But laziness is taking over, and you know, you're not getting what you deserve. And this isn't aimed at any specific individual by any means. I'm just saying, you know, it would be outrageous of me to sit here and whine and bitch and complain about my job that is to go out and make people laugh. You know, you imagine that? Imagine me sitting here trying to tell somebody who goes out and fucking has to pump goddamn septic tanks for a living. Imagine me trying to, you know what? You got to smell just shit up your nose all day, every day, shit. Just human waste being pumped into the back of a truck, and then you drive around with it and just keep sucking up more human waste. That would be, the equivalent would be me being the hose that expels the waste into the center. That would be my mouth talking. You know, being like, yeah, poor me. Poor me. Isn't it hard? I do find we had a wonderful show out in White Court. Went in there. Last time we went there, that place just, it tried eating us alive, and we got out of there with our skin. So it was like gun in hand scenario, walking into that joint, getting ready for the locals to just like, all right, we're going to war with the audience tonight, you know? So we went in there with the full-blown idea that it's wartime, And it wasn't wartime. It was just folks that wanted to come out for a goddamn drink and a laugh. And here we are. We're ready to go at them. You know, that's the hard part about doing stand-up. There are hard portions of this little thing that I've created. And when you're like, you spent a good portion of your time promoting a brand that supports alcoholism and illicit drug use, and you try to put those people in a room to tell them jokes for an hour and a half, not necessarily something that they want to do. Not necessarily something that they want to sit through that day. You know, they want to drink, they want to yell, they want to they're the star of the show. You're a retard. I paid the ticket, so suck my ass. I'm coming in to have a better time than you intended to give me. Fair enough. Absolutely fair enough. So we go in there with just the idea of like, these motherfuckers are going to be giving us hell, you know? Just, we're going to have to fight to get a sentence in, you know? It's like, fuck it. You ever tried to tell a story while you're sober and there's a cokehead around? You know, and somebody's gacked in the nines and you're just trying to get a sentence in? That's what that is like. To give you an example, when you're up there and you're just trying to tell a joke and a room full of people think in their head that they've got better shit wrote on the fly, that's the war you're going into, a real Russia-Ukraine scenario. And we went in there with the idea that it was wartime, and it was not. So shout out to the folks of Whitecourt, Alberta. We appreciate you coming out on the weekend. 'Twas a time. But I've noticed now, the main question that I'm getting, now that some folks are figuring out that this is what I do now. I podcast, I make these dumb little videos. It's just fucking jokes. But there's always one underlying question that every fucking guy that goes out and has to like use physical labor as their means of income, right? You got to use your body to produce a wage. And I always get, well, how much are you making? How much are you making? How much are you making? It's like, Jesus Christ, does it matter? Does it matter? Does it matter that how much? Tell me right now. I had one guy just like grilling me like he was working for the CRA, for Christ's sakes. It's like, what do I got? What do I owe back taxes? What is your deal? Why are you up my ass? What the fuck does this information do to help you further in life? Oh, Mom, I was thinking maybe I would go tell some jokes. Well, start writing them and get at it. What does it matter? Well, tell me. Well, no, just like where is it? Tell me how much. Tell me how much. Is that what I've become? Is like, do I give off the vibes that I want to flex money on people? I don't go out in shopping sprees. Do you see me in Gucci? I make enough money that I don't have to go and sit in a job in a work truck on site and just stare into the abyss, mindlessly scrolling Twitter, looking for a news blurb that could excite my brain for a second. Just give it enough dopamine that I want to click on it and read it, you know? That, or I have to resort to Reddit and look at all these subreddits of specific super find and or very niche porn. You know, you get into the niches once you get to Reddit, then you're into niche porn. You know, it's like redheaded stepmoms, and there's a whole subreddit of that. You get into fucking black chicks that love white dick, and the men are super skinny and under 5'5". You can get into that if you want. There's all sorts of subreddits just dedicated to a genre of porn. And even it doesn't even end there, fellas. And I'm telling you, I know we're taking a little tail off, but we'll come back to the main narrative. But I'm telling you, Reddit is the fucking place. You know, I don't like getting into the communities and shit like that. But if you drift off, you just kind of, you know, it's like when you go to, I don't know, Mexico. Let's use Mexico. You know, when you leave the resort and you go to the tourist area of town, You know that area? They're selling you junk. There's just shit chain restaurants like Senior Frogs, right? You go there for the novelty because they got the silly chairs that have ass cheeks on them. You know, you need that photo when you're on vacation. You know, you got to make sure you get down to Senior Frogs so you can have a margarita at Senior Frogs. Take your silly little photo in one of them straw sombrero hats and everybody gets to giggle and laugh. Oh, look at Janice's ass on that fucking chair. You know, you get to make those silly little jokes with everybody and then that photo can go on your Instagram and everybody's like, oh, they went to Senior Frogs. I haven't been there in years, right? I haven't been there in years. Oh, boy. Janice is over there sitting on the chair that Cheryl sat on 40 years ago. What are the odds? And you have a little giggle. It's like going down to, opposed to just going there, you go off track a little bit. You go and wander into Mexico and you start getting the authentic food, the goods, you know, the things that you want. You can be like, yeah, I want fucking tacos. Okay, I don't want the tacos from Senior Frogs, okay? I want the tacos off the street cart that I don't know what kind of meat it is. I want to shit my brains out. Not because like it's spicy and all that, because like this is how it's cooked. They fucking white it up too much in those joints. I hate it. I hate it so much. I do. Like when you travel and when you're venturing on Reddit, you should be opening your mind a little bit, right? You should open up the brain a little bit, accept some information. That's why you end up in those sub niches. It makes sense, but nobody wants to talk about it, right? Nobody wants to bring it up. We just want to go to Senior fucking Frogs and get a margarita with one of those extra large ones with 4 straws in it. We're going to share it with our friends. Isn't this a novelty? So you could get bent the fuck over and fucked in the ass for $25.99 because it's a margarita at Senior Frogs. Can't travel with too many crackers. They start to annoy me. You know, you got to be a certain type of cracker for me to want to go on a trip with. You got to be able to I can't do the resorts. They annoy me. It's just like, fuck me. It's like if I took every annoying asshole in this suburb, right? And just decided to have a pool party with them. That's all these resorts are. I hate the fucking resorts. They drive me nuts. They bring in the worst types of people. I think cruise ships are number 1 for just bringing in trash humans. Second on the list is resorts down in Mexico. You know, every time I go down there, it's a fucking pool party with the most annoying creatures that North America can produce. You know, they're not rich enough to go to anywhere with luxury and class. And they're not poor enough where they have to resort to a goddamn cruise for $98, you know? But instead, they pack their bags up and then go piss in a pool for a week while drinking shitty Miami Vices and pina coladas because it's a slushy drink and we're in the sun in the wintertime. You want to meet some dumb people, you go talk to the Canadians that are down there. Well, because those are the folks, right? I'm talking at the resort. I'm not saying the ones that go and rent and like Airbnb, they fucking push themselves into the streets of actual Mexico. They got friends down. I'm not talking those folks. Those folks are above the resort people. And I've been a resort person for a while. I'm not better than you. I'm talking about myself. Okay? So if you thought that this was about you, you're wrong, you're selfish, you're dumb. Okay? I'm talking about myself. I'm the type of asshole that goes to one of those resorts. And what do? I don't fucking bother looking at that dumb little, you know, those theme restaurants. Oh, we want hibachi tonight? Kiss my ass. You're Spanish. What am I doing here? Where in the textbook does it say Mexicans should be hibachiing it up, okay? I'll go to Japanese village and let a Korean do it for me. Get out of here. I've had enough. Because diversity is our strength in Canada, and thank God we can't tell Asians apart. You can trick us all day long. You got Koreans, South Koreans, Vietnamese, Chinese, all working at the Japanese food restaurant. Nobody knows. Nobody questions. Fucking show me your card. Where are you from? What is it all about? We don't give a shit. And yet, this started. Keep in mind, this little rant that I'm on, this started because some idiot decided to say, how much are you making? How much are you making? So when you're listening to this podcast, when you're letting this information enter your brain and you start really thinking about why am I here? Just know you and I are two human beings, or whoever else is in the car. We're just fucking idiots. Once you accept that into your life, you know, don't be going out and asking questions. How much money do you make? Who cares? It's all coming, it's crashing down before our eyes, you know? Kiss your houses goodbye. Kiss it all goodbye. It was a good run, right? We tried. You tried the crypto thing, didn't work. Tried some, what were those fucking things called where you bought pictures of fucking droopy-faced apes? Moping apes or whatever the fuck it was called? You bought a NFTs. That's what they are. Non-fungible tokens, right? We thought that we were going to buy fucking graphics. Graphics on the computer. And it would get us into a club where Snoop Dogg's going to be. And you bought a monkey who wore sunglasses and looked like it just received news that it has testicular cancer. And people were paying thousands upon thousands, all to get what? In a Discord with Snoop Dogg? It's over. It's done. We've reached the max. There's no room anymore for like growth. We're on the decline. We peaked. We're done. It's over. Enjoy it while you can. The media in Canada is going bye-bye. The housing market in Canada dipping. I can only talk for Canada right now. I don't know much what's going on in the States. I just get the major headlines and then I take a look into that. But the housing market's taking a dip. The fucking price of groceries is going up. Enjoy it, you know? Is that what we're going to do here? We're just going to question one another? How much money do you make? How much money? Is your house going to be seized by the bank? Is your living arrangements going to be a little fucking kerfuffled here in the next couple of months? It's like, relax. Just go fucking labor, okay? Just go do the labor thing. Let me just tell my jokes. I don't give a fuck about the money. Well, you got to let me know. You got to let me know how much I got to have something new to fucking talk about on the rig there. Out on the pipeline, you know, when I'm running my welding truck, we're taking a little break, right? I'm waiting for my fucking piece of stick to get in there and tack her up real nice. I got to fucking have something to talk about. I'm not very interesting, so I got to fucking resort to your salary. What are you making off all this shit? So that way I can tell all the boys, you're not going to believe this. You know, they always start it with that. You're not going to believe who I was talking to this weekend and told me how much he's making. And then they all discuss it. There's no way he's making that much. I bet he's making less. I bet he's making more. You know? And then you get in the old fucking debate club going on. How much money does he make? Speaking of which, when the hell, tell me, help me out with this. When the hell did alpha bros start deciding that they're the debate kings, you know? This drives me. Why? Why do we do this to ourselves? Why are we not letting the intellects have the fucking conversations? You know what I mean? We got knuckle draggers and whores on podcasts now. That's what we have. That's what we have. The people who bullied in high school now decided that they're in the debate club. They're going to tackle the issues, you know. This debate culture annoys me to my core. I cannot handle it. It's so stupid. You know, it's always the dumbest questions I've ever heard. Well, why do you think that? What's your body count? What's your body count? Who cares? Go fuck. In fact, I have the answer, okay? Male virginity is like skyrocketing, right? And porn is on the rise. Everybody's doing it, you know? And back in the day, what was back in the day? It was always like, oh, female virgin, right? And now the females have kind of taken the porn industry and scooped it back into that. No, this is ours now. I have an idea. A very good idea for you ladies. Now listen up. This is going to be very simple, very easy. Male virginity on the rise, right? You see where I'm going with this? Porn on the rise. Female takes male's virginity. First time. It's a subcategory. I know. Very niche. Probably make you a lot of money. Okay? I'm throwing this out here for free. That's the kind of guy I am. I'm a nice guy, right? I'm trying to help guys get laid and girls get paid. Simple. Very down the road, middle of the ground take. You're welcome. Fellas, enjoy some pussy. Ladies, enjoy collecting those checks. You're welcome, right? Male virginity's on the rise. And we're sitting here scratching our heads. Oh, what are we going to do about it? Simple. Come to me. You know, why are we going to the podcast with the muscle dummies that finally read the fucking Bible quote? What? Sorry. Why are we going to the goddamn muscle dummies, right? Those knuckle dragging idiots that finally took the time out of their day to read the Bible quote that they had, John 3:16. They finally had the audacity to pick up the Bible and read that scripture for the first time. And now all of a sudden their mind has been awoken, right? It's like Jesus came down and smacked him on top of the head with a Louisville slugger. You know, you had that Corinthians 3:16. And you finally took the time out of your day to go and, well, why have I had this tattooed on me for 12 years? What does it mean? Oh, okay. Now I finally am in a place, right? I read a Bible quote. I can go now on these podcasts and start debating women that, you know, after the show's done, after I give them the show, that I'm going to fuck afterwards, after making them look stupid, because that's the level of dumb meeting dumb. The two dumbest humans come together and they try and debate on men and women issues. Why dating isn't working. Why women, men are the worst. You know, that's you get over here. Well, men are the worst. And like this guy, well, what's your body count? I don't want to say, of course. Meanwhile, a bunch of virgins are at home watching this and being like, yeah, get that girl. See, I'm offering a very positive outcome with what I've drummed up here, right? Instead of listening to these idiots, come to hack. I'm the uncle that the world needs right now. You don't need these fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger dipshits and these fucking numbskull women, you know, just fucking, basically they call me Nostradamus these days. I'm fixing the future. So that's how, guaranteed, male virginity starts dropping, female empowerment goes through the roof. What more do you fucking need? You get to make a guy come in 30 seconds. They get to live with the shame, but at least they got some pussy, right? At least they got some pussy. And there we go. We solved the sexism battle that we so-called think exists. This battle, this uphill battle. Somehow there's always some sort of war on, like between one another. I don't understand that. I don't get it whatsoever. I don't understand how this whole men and women, it's just the deadbeats getting together, like I said, having a podcast talking about shit that I don't think the vast majority of us care about, right? Because when here's when I start fucking having issues. This is where my issues and where I start to get angry. I don't go outside and I don't look around and be like, boy, women sure suck. It's usually when I get a receipt and I look at the taxes on it, or I fucking look at the TV or social media feed, and it's like, oh, well, the Bank of Canada's hiking up interest rate. That gets my blood boiling, right? And TikTok likes to tease me a little bit and try and suck me into this whole men versus women battle by like throwing up just more on women. Well, what do you think? Like, I seen one the other day and it was like, what do you think the world needs to make it better? And it's like some, pseudo feminist that just listens to fucking, I don't know, one of these ladies just but men are the fucking TERFs. Sure, we'll go with TERFs, trans exclusionary radical feminists. We'll go with one of them. Men are the worst. It's like, for fuck's sakes. It would everything would be solved if we just like removed that you know what? Maybe, hold on, pause that thought. I'm going to start fighting for equal gender bullshit here today, starting today. And it starts when we remove this, I don't know the word for it, but the court system then looking at us in an equal manner, right? Like if a man hits a woman, it should be taken as a sin. It'd be like, well, we should always say, well, they agreed, they agreed. I was always told, I don't know if this is true or not, but I was always told when I was younger that a lady can hit you 3 times and then that's when you can fire back. They get 3 free shots, It's kind of like a handicap in golf. You get 3 free ones and then, it's play ball. You get 3 free strokes on the golf course just because you're a better golfer that day, right? So we'll give you 3 free ones. 3 mulligans, let's call it that. 3 cracks at the plate, and you can swing back. That's the fun in this shit. Anyways, we're a half hour into this of my mindless rambling, but this was a fun one. I'm gonna pause this, but I'll read the tweet, and then we'll watch the video together because that's what we like doing. Watch, it says. Jagmeet Singh redefines homophobia. Driver, call out the Prime Minister inaudible. Singh, you're homophobic. Driver, you're a piece of shit. That's the quote tweet on this. And we're going to listen to this together.
I am getting him now, but almost can't hear because of the background noise on site.
Your homophobia is very inappropriate. It's very inappropriate. You're driving away, and causing an accident.
What the fuck?
I am getting him now, but almost can't hear because of the background noise on site.
Your homophobia is very inappropriate. It's very inappropriate. You're driving away, and causing an accident.
That's good, isn't it? See, now we've gotten to the point where this is what I mean when Canada's so far behind the times, right? We're still thinking that politicians are so far back. They just aren't with where we are, right? All this name calling shit over the past how many years, They've been secluded away, especially with lockdowns and everything. They weren't meeting up with the public. Where are we at mentally? Where do we see this place going, right? How do we speak to one another? Before, we would self-censor and we'd refrain from saying certain shit, which a lot of Canadians still do for the fear of losing their jobs, family, relationships, whatever it may be. We hold our tongue a lot, you know? But now it's come to the point where these guys just feel the need to call someone homophobic as if it like affects us anymore. And it's totally the opposite. A lot of the people that are outspoken, right, that have the nuts to say what's truly on their mind have been called these names for so long that it's just like, yeah, whatever. I've been called this now for so long that this doesn't mean anything. But politicians in Canada are so far behind the 8 ball that they don't realize those that are speaking out are like, yeah, you idiots have been calling these names to us now for over 4 years. For over 4 years. If we disagree with you, we're homophobic, we're xenophobic, transphobic, racist, sexist, the list goes on. Isnt X. The list of Istan X have been thrown in a lot of Canadians' faces, and I imagine Americans too, which I'm seeing more of like people that are being called all those Istan X in America have gave up on the words entirely. They're like, yeah, whatever. Anyways, moving on. They're like, you're not going to defend that. You're not racist. And you're like, no, I don't care. Whatever. The word doesn't have any sting. You know, it's like on Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. You know, if you like do a kickflip too many times, the points just go down. It's like, you're overusing the trick. We see what you're doing here, right? It's pretty similar to that. And Canadian politicians just do not wrap their head around that the more you use this word, the less meaning and sting that it has. Now, he's arguing with a man in public as he's driving by. Obviously, look at you, almost caused an accident. Well, dumbass, you being on the street corner and everybody trying to figure out what the fuck is going on, you're creating a little bit of a diversion yourself, you fucking princess. So maybe you're a bit to blame on this. You think about that? Of course you don't, because you're selfish and you're a dickhead, right? And you just want to throw around and this labeling that we do up here just has zero effect on people at all now. And I like that. Finally, some people with spines, you know, were put in the front. They were the cannon fodder, not the front. They were the cannon fodder for all of this, for all of these names to remove the sting, because right out of the gate, it sucked. You know, when somebody calls you racist and they make false claims about you on the internet, which are clearly not true, right? I went over this last episode and I'm going to go over it again and again and again until some of you knock your noodle straight, right? And maybe some wiring start to attach that a lot of this name calling doesn't mean shit anymore. You know, I'm so tired of, I've been tired of hearing like, I wish I could say what you say for a while, right? You know, is this, and to answer that moron's question of like, how much money do you make? I'll tell you what, the money doesn't add up to showing people that there is a better way. There is a different way. At least we can view this in a different manner. And maybe we can start talking about the real problems, right? That really exist in our society. I don't think, you know, for the 8 parents that bring their kids to a local library to fucking read to kids, not an issue. I mean dressed up and drag. You know, when it starts going into the schools, I agree with that. It's like, can we fuck off? Why don't we teach these kids how taxes work? Oh, that's right, because then they would grow up and be fucking miserable. The moment that they'd leave high school, the suicide rate would go through the goddamn roof if you started teaching kids about taxes in high school, even though it would be necessary, and they would be able to further their dollars in much better ways of like, oh, okay, well, this is how you get insurance. This is how you buy a house. This, like, life skills like that. But instead, no. Let the fucking weirdo throw a wig on and blast his face with a paintball gun to go read Clifford the Red Dog. That's what we need, you know? To a group of fucking grade 3ers. Like, get the grade 3ers in. Who's here? Jenna Talia. The drag queen from up the street, she's here to fucking read. To the grade 3ers. What's she reading? Clifford the Big Red Hog. The Dog Hog. The Red Rocket, you know, like a dog's dick. She's going to read a book about that. A dog's penis to the kids. No way. Is that true? Huh. Can we bring the grade 5 class? Unreal. You know? And that's what irritates me. It's just like the stupidity that sits in front of people. You know, everybody wants to fall back, play victim. As soon as you get an opportunity to play victim in Canada, everybody just like applauds the shit out of you. It's embarrassing. It is. It honestly is. I understand that there are times like, hey, this is hate speech and this is really hurt. Is it though? Is it? Is the majority of the speech that you just dislike hate speech, or is it just speech you dislike? You know, I'm so tired of hearing about, I'm going off today. I don't give a fuck today. I don't know why, but I'm irritated. It started fun. It started light. I massaged in India today, and now we're here. Because these assholes, every time I see their fucking face, a politician of any sort, I see a suit jacket and a tie, and I just want to run behind them and hit them in the head with a steel chair, like I'm Mankind in The Rock, locked inside a steel cage. You know what I mean? I just want to bash them upside the. I don't even care what they do. You could be a car salesman, which are the number one on my list. If there's a suit job that I hate, politician number 1, car salesman number 2. Never met a fucking group of people that I hate more. And second, and then third is just like anything to do with Boston pizza. Those 3 things. If there was a fucking politician who met up with a car salesman at a Boston Pizza, that's the trifecta that would send me into the stratosphere and explode my brain. In fact, my brain would shoot so far out of my asshole, it'd project me to the fucking moon, and I'd tell you it all, it's a fake. Yeah, you know? I'd have my phone in me and I'd be tweeting from the moon, shit ain't real. That's how angry I'd be. Because it would shoot my brain so far out my ass that the backfire would just send me to the goddamn moon. And by the moon, I mean New Mexico. There it is. We got one. Free speech, my ass. Free speech. And another thing that drives me nuts is like the folks that will be like, what happened to free speech? What do you mean, what happened to free speech? Don't fucking sit here and talk about free speech when you're scared to speak your mind at work. Nobody has the fucking balls anymore. Nobody has a sack of nuts, you know? Nobody has a sack of nuts. Nobody has a fucking labia. What happened to you, ladies? Where's your fucking stepping up to the plate here? Oh, that's right. That's right. Men are the worst. That's what you came up with? That's what you came up with? You're allowed to vote. You're allowed to do everything a man can do. You're allowed to do everything a man can do, and that's the best you came up with? Men are the worst. You didn't break off and invent anything, do anything cool, add to the world at all. Like nothing? None of that? No. You spread your asshole on OnlyFans and just say men are the worst? This is like the golden era of opportunity for women, and this is how you're treating it? And you expect us to like sit back and be like, and you know what? We still are polite enough to be like, yeah, you got it. You're working on it. You're getting there. You know, most men stay quiet because we just look at you at those videos, you know, those street interviews that you see where some lady's going off about why men are the worst. And you can just see like the level of stupid that's coming out of their mouth. And all I think when I watch those videos of like, as soon as I know it's coming. The question is being delivered, and I already know the answer. Men are the worst. And then they ask why, and you just see like a Windows 95 shutdown. And done. They never thought anything past that. And that's where we're at, ladies. That's where you're at. So don't get mad at us, you know? Don't get mad at us. What the hell did we do to you? What the hell? What opportunities don't you have? Why haven't you broke off and made your own perfect little society that you think exists without men? Oh, right. Because that would require work. And instead of complaining on a street corner to some TikTok channel. That would require you to go out and till a field. That would require you to farm. All of a sudden, Fendi bags? There's no Fendi bags in the feminist utopia? What do you mean I can't buy Fendi bags at the feminist? There's no Chanel outlet stores? They don't just pop up? What the fuck? How are we going to get a Chanel outlet store and a cat cafe in the field of in some Ohio field? We bought a little bit of land out in Ohio, and we're over here trying to figure out how to make a lean-to and turn it into a Chanel fucking bag store. Get the fuck out of here. Spicy tacos today. That's all I'm giving you. That's what I mean. No one cares about the labeling anymore. And men, it's time to just can we start talking again? Can we develop a sack again? Oh, I might lose my job. Who cares? What's the worst that's going to happen? You find a new one where they actually let you fucking talk? You let it happen. You did it to yourselves. That's the worst part. You did it to yourselves. Nobody fucking wants to talk back to anybody. Nobody wants to just have the tough conversations, It's funny because it is hilarious. Because after these past couple of years, if you bring up racial humor on stage, everybody... No, hold on. Not everybody. The crackers. Most of the crackers start getting a little, oh shit, The blacks and the rest of them are cool with it. And then the white boys that understand that, hey, he's just fucking around up there are wonderful. Those are the best. White boys that don't give a shit. The blacks and the East Indians that are all the same, all dudes. If you just took the ladies away and it was the dudes, we would have the best time ever, Especially at a comedy show. You don't see too many fellas getting up and be like, that's offensive and that's racist. Because those are the guys that women bring along with them, right? Fellas who go to a comedy show together, they're like, we're going to see, hopefully we hear some fucked up shit. That's what I'm here for. Hopefully this guy says something fucking wild. They get jacked up. That's why I love it when the bros come through. I get jacked up when I see the fellas marching through the front doors because they're like, yep, we just want to listen to some fucked up when you see a group of 4 people and 3 of them are women and one's just a boyfriend, you're like, oh, great. Look at this pansy. What happened? Don't have any other friends to go hang out with? You gotta go and hang out with your old ladies' friends? Oh, what a fucking bummer that'd be. Imagine you live a life like this, fellas. Listen to me, okay? Imagine you live a life like this where, oh, gross, sorry. That one snuck up on me. Try not to burp on the podcast. It's disgusting. Nobody wants to listen to that in the fucking car. My apologies. Imagine living a life where your only friends are your girlfriend's friends. Imagine how lonely that is. Imagine being so fucking, ingrained in the pussy sand that you can't just break off and go hang out with your buds no more because the pussy's just got a grip on you like that. And everywhere you go, you got to be there. She's with her friends. You're with her friends. Because, how could you live with yourself? How could you take yourself serious? I would much rather be a virgin than following around a lady like that. I think I've gotten to the age now where I understand where my mistakes were. And hearing young guys trying to give other young guys advice when they haven't been through it is the most annoying bullshit I've ever heard. Have you not noticed I'm more annoyed lately than happy? Because I'm just the reality is settling in, the clouds are gone. The liquor haze is left me. The 2 years of being forced into my house has now it's now seeping out of me. I had to spend 2 years just trying to be positive. Oh, here's another one. Let's try and go out there. And now it's I can just go back to being miserable deep inside. And I can put it all out there and just what happens, happens. But I can't stand just hearing this horrible advice, because I could give much worse advice than what's being handed. You know what I mean? Why not just come to old uncle? Why not just come to old uncle? I'll ruin your life for you. Don't let a woman do it. They can't do it good enough. I'll at least take you down a path where it's fun, you know? I'll take you down a path where it's enjoyable. Over here crying about a lady? No, you'll be crying because we ran out of Coke and it's 6 a.m. It's like, well, I didn't want to go to bed. And it's like, yeah, I didn't either, but we didn't plan this through because we're idiots, you and I. Me and you are morons. And when we were thinking to ourselves, hey, let's go for a drink, we didn't expect to be up till 6 a.m. blasting rails, did we? But here we are. So let's enjoy it. And we should probably just go to bed. We should probably just sift into those little sheets and try and let this Coke wear off just enough that we can possibly fall asleep. I know we're wired. Our brain has been telling us for the past 8 hours that we should go to sleep. And we've ignored it by plugging a substance up our nose that just gives it a jolt. So that way we get another hour. At least you'll have a story to tell. What stories do you get about fucking, this girl, I dated this girl and she broke my heart? Boo fucking who? Know what you'd get if you took my program? Don't buy these morons programs. What are they going to do? They're going to send you a fucking Bible in the mail? These alpha bros, have you seen them all? They're all promoting courses on how to be a better man. Fuck that. Make the mistakes and figure it out later. You're only young once. It's such a depressing thing to see young guys just start thinking that, I got to be a man by 24. No, listen, this is the best the world's going to get in advanced technology, medicine, all that shit. Okay? We're well past the years of you going out and having to trudge through the forest to go kill a water buffalo so your family can eat for a week. None of you have the skill set anyways to make anything of substance, right? Trades jobs are on the decline. Any labor job is on the everybody wants to be a fucking streamer. I'm going to be a creator. I'm going to be a video game streamer. What a career choice, you know? I'm just going to stream all day playing video games, whacking off. And then you guys have, you know, when you wake up from your game haze, you go and log on and you get like an alpha bro trying to tell you about fucking Bible quotes and how to be a man. You want to know how to be a man? Get off your ass, go make some fucking mistakes. And then when later in life comes and you can look back and be like, that's where I made it, go fuck shit up for a little bit. Tear your life apart. Hit rock bottom. See what you're made out of, you coward. Instead, you're paying $59.99 to let some loser in a suit tell you how to fucking get down. Kiss my salty sack. You annoy me. You're deadbeats. If you buy a course of one of these alpha bros that's going to teach you about fucking multi-level marketing or some sort of like product that hey, listen, we're going to teach you about digital marketing so that way you can be wealthy and successful like myself and you can have Lamborghinis and pussy surrounded by... Get the fuck out of here. You mark, you idiot. You're the mark in this scenario, okay? You got took. He gets the Lamborghinis because he got your money, all of your money. And he spent it on Lamborghinis and the Lamborghinis get him all the pussy that you ain't going to get. So I recommend going out and having a good time because nothing a lady loves seeing is a dude having a good time. When guys are having a good time together, there's always some little wench that wants to invade that good time and think that she's adding to it. And you want to know what Mrs. Good Time does? Sucks you off. Okay, so pretend you're having fun with her for at least an hour and you get a suck job and you got fucked up that night. Tell me a better scenario. Find a better ending. You know, I'm tired of listening to these guys. Oh, you're wasting your time in the bar. You're wasting your time talking to women. You got to work hard, get your money up. Shut up. Get a job where you can like have a good work life and a good work and life balance, where you can go out and make some fucking mistakes. You can go out and have a few cocktails. You can have a few drinks and enjoy yourself. But instead, you want to listen to these idiots that look at you as like, I'm gonna make a sale off of you, like they're your friends. Get the hell out of here. Go out, get fucked up one weekend, and make some mistakes and see how you handle it. Hit rock bottom. How do you climb back? That's what I'm talking about. You know, I've hit rock bottom. It was a good time. It was a good time getting there. Then I had to figure out booze is the root source of all my problems. When I get absolutely scorched earth on some honey jacks and fucking shots of whiskey and just a nice little short glass and put her back straight with some Bud Heavies, I really do some damage to myself, you know? Unintentionally. It's just you open your mouth, you start getting on that phone, you start making some phone calls and mistakes, you know, you fuck your buddy's ex and you're like, oh no, this is going to be a tough one to explain. Anyways, it's time for the greatest portion of this show. We have fun with this. You can email me at unclehack@dangercats.tv with your hate mail. Right? We love hate mail. We love hearing it. We love speaking it. That's what I mean. We don't distinguish this as hate speech. It's hate mail. Totally different. It's good for the soul. This is positive because you're getting it out. You're expressing yourself. This is freedom of expression on my show, and it's all anonymous, so you can say whatever you want. Reminder. Oh my God. There we go. Anyways, our first piece of hate mail. Dear Uncle Hack, this is a love letter disguised as hate mail. I spent some quality time with you and Sam in Edmonton, July 7th weekend. I really feel like we became family during that time we spent together. We especially bonded playing Uncle Jason's dress up together in Rouse's iconic jacket. I now look upon you as my brother and Sam as our father. My favorite picture from that trip is the last one we took together in the parking garage after that glorious feast we had at Smoke. I had such a wonderful time that I've decided to come back to Edmonton for round 2. My question for you is your Edmonton show at the comic strip on August 26th or on August 27th? Your promos and dates date reads say the 26th, but your tickets say the 27th. Thank you so much for clearing this up. P.S. The irony isn't lost on me that my favorite stripper will be headlining this Danger Cat show at a place called the Comic Strip. I sure miss Brett on the last show. Sincerely, April K. She is right. Thank you for that. This is what brought it to my attention. The show is on the 27th, and that is just entirely my fault for writing the wrong date down like a jackass. Because I'm so serious. I'm so cool. Hack. What's up, you funny fucker? So first off, the Boston pizza rants are the best, mostly because my cheating whore of an ex worked there and is about as useless as they come. Well, that's their hiring process. Are you a whore? Are you dumb? And do you attribute anything to furthering human existence? And if you check no on that one and yes on the other two, hired immediately. Can you reheat buffalo chicken wings? Come on down. And got replaced with one of them robot things. Oh, nice. I wanted to send you a gift card for wings and a beer just to trigger the next rant. And second, I'm getting married in August. Can you recommend any good sport for the groomsmen and myself to hit up the night before? We are all any good sport. What the fuck? We are all meet Friday night in Edmonton. Any recommendations would be great. We from the Yukon. Couldn't tell. And well, there, not a lot going for nightlife partying. Holy shit. It does suck up in Whitehorse, but fuck, it's beautiful up here. There even a comedy place here. So bring that shit show crew you got up to the Great White North for a show. Hopefully you get this before the wedding on the 12th. Jesus Christ, if we do a fucking show up there, somebody's going to have to hit us in the side of the head with an 8-iron so that way I can speak in your language. What the fuck was that? And second, I'm getting married in August. So in August, can you recommend any good sport for the groomsmen and myself to hit up night before? We are all meet Friday night in Edmonton. Any recommendations would be great. We from the Yukon. We from the Yukon. Dear Lord. I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know. This is no disrespect to your wife whatsoever. This falls on you. I don't even want to know how you speak to her. And how she is. What the fuck is that? Any good sport for the groomsmen? What the fuck? We're a hockey country. You should know that. It's August. There's nothing going on here. Now, if you're asking me sports bar, I don't know. Go to a brew house. Go downtown. Go mingle about. Sports, any good sport. First off, we are all meet Friday night. We are all meet Friday night. What the fuck do your wedding vows look like? I'd like to read those. Could you do me a favor, sir, and send me in your wedding vows, how you wrote them? If they're on a piece of paper, take a photo, please. I would love to read what this poor woman that's marrying your ass has to hear before the fucking knot is tied. Holy hell. You heard it here first, folks. The women in Whitehorse have officially fucked the men stupid. We thought it was the other way around all these years. Nope. Turns out the ladies have fucked them retarded all the way out in Yukon, in the Great White North. Holy shit. That was hard. I recommend getting an MRI or a CAT scan on your brain. The fuck you doing? Drinking water out of a lead well? My Lord. Jesus. I recommend, you know what? You know what I recommend? I recommend that. I don't know what the medical system's looking like up there in Log Houseville, but maybe while you're here, check yourself in for a little MRI, little CAT scan, see if the noodle's in check, if you even have one up there, because after reading that, sir, I don't know what to think. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know where to go with this. I don't know what to say. But we appreciate you writing in. And our final piece of hate mail this wonderful day. I'm having a good day. I hope you're having a great day. These ones are always fun. We're getting there. Sorry. Jesus Christ. It's a good time. Hey, Uncle Faggot. Real original. The hate has been lacking. So here's some things I want to say. The small town I live in, I've see the same Tabor corn truck parked selling corn for you know what I'm tired of? I'm tired of folks coming at me for my reading skills when this is what I gotta read. Okay? I see it, I want to say it, but it doesn't seem right. So then I sound like a fucking idiot on half of these goddamn fucking hate mails that get sent in here. So now it falls back on my shoulders when in fact the idiot writing it doesn't understand sentence structure, how to spell, where words go, what words go where. Anyways, the small town I live in, I've see the same Tabor corn truck parked selling corn for the past 12 years. I respect the hustle of the guy making a living. Amen. Now to the real hate mail portion of this now. Earlier this month, I stopped for gas and I saw my old high school bully. He's giving me a stare. Not thinking much of it, but holy fuck, I want to knock the fucker out. He then was chirping me when he's pumping gas for his tranny whore girlfriend. He told me if there's a problem, and I said no. I really missed you and blew him a kiss. Nice, I like that. Just to fuck with him. Getting close to me, so I told him, you touch me, your face will be in the pavement. I said to him that his homeboys won't back him up. Even his tranny whore won't save him. That's sitting in the car. So I want to ask you, next time I see my high school bully, what should I do? Put his face in the pavement? For walk away. I imagine that's or walk away. Sincerely, ya boy. You know what? You know what's funnier than beating somebody up? Watching them go mental. Driving somebody insane is hilarious. I was just talking with my buddy about that yesterday. And it is too funny when you have the capability of like living in somebody's head rent free and they go ballistic. You know, it doesn't matter what you say, anything that can irritate them and it drives them to the point where they want to fight you, you've won. There's no need to exchange fists. Why? Every time you show up, every time your face pops up, they go nuts. That's the real, see, it's not about the battles. It's about the war. The battles, you'll win some, you lose some, but the war is the mind. You fucking have the mind going out of control. You win the war. See? There's no sense. Why would I want to fight? Why would I want to fight? You know, oh, that's not very manly of you. No, I get that. And I'm not out here to try and be old Mr. Manly all the time. Sometimes I want to send somebody into the stratosphere over the shit that I say and cause them to almost have an aneurysm, you know? That's what I want. That's how I want to do things. Anyways, hope that helps you in your life. Glad you're here. Glad you're with us. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Uncle Hack Podcast, and we appreciate the hell out of you. Take care, everybody.